Hi, good afternoon. Today, we are going to go ahead and we are going to talk a bit about the public goods and private goods. We have already done some models related to taxation in the last class. Today, we are going to talk about public and private good, and we are going to also go ahead and understand what are the models related to public and private good. एक बहुत important general equilibrium का model है जो पब्लिक और प्राइवेट गुड्स के बीच में इक्विलिब्रियम डिटरमाइन करता है. So we also want to go ahead and we want to look into that as well. So please write down the topic for today. Public and private goods. There are multiple books, as I have been telling you, which can be followed from the point of view of public economics. But her chapter that I do, each chapter that I do with you, I follow a different book based on where that is perfectly given, right? So, for example, sometimes I will follow Musgrave and Musgrave, sometimes I will follow Kulis and Jones, sometimes I will follow some other book. So it will depend on different books that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these, right? So for your reading purpose, if you want to go ahead and you want to read one book where you can get a lot of these concepts, my suggestion would be to go ahead and to read Kulis and Jones. It's a good book which talks about it, it talks about externalities, it talks about public goods, it talks about collective decision making, it talks about different tax theories, tax evasion, फिस्कल फेडरलिज्म, बहुत सारी अच्छी बातों के बारे में, बहुत सारी डिफरेंट बातों के बारे में it talks about that. So this is a good book. I'm just going to write down the name of the book. You can it is available in the PDF format free of cost, so you can go ahead and look into public finance and public choice. This is the name of the book, Analytical Perspectives by John Kulis and Philip Jones. So you can read chapters through this. ये अच्छी book रहेगी public economics के लिए. But this is a good book, but not an exhaustive book. मतलब सब कुछ जो आपको करना है वो सब कुछ इसमें available फिर भी नहीं होगा. So you still have to read some more material, and that is why I am already considering this book. So if you only read what I do, if you only study what I am teaching you in class, that should also be enough. फिर उस केस में आपको ये book की या किसी भी और चीज की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. That should be fine. ठीक है? Okay, beta. So today, as I mentioned, I want to go ahead and I want to start with chapter 3, which is called, with chapter which is called public goods. Okay. So from the point of view of public goods, the first question that arises is, what are public goods? Public goods hote kya hain? What are public goods? That's the first question we want to answer. In order to go ahead and in order to answer this question, see, public goods have been defined by multiple authors in different ways. And जब भी हम एक सब्जेक्ट की बात करते हैं, एक टॉपिक की बात करते हैं, हमें ये जानना जरूरी है कि अलग अलग लोगों ने उसी चीज को कैसे डिफाइन किया है. So when I talk about public goods are also called as collective goods. We will write this down. पहले समझ लो. It is also called as collective goods. When I say collective goods, what do I mean? By collective goods, I mean that they are the goods which are used by the people as a whole. That is why they're called as collective goods. Public goods are also called as social goods. Okay. Social goods means, again, it is for the society. It is used by all social people, by the society. Now, Samuelson is an important economist and he also defined public goods. And उन्होंने कैसे define किया public goods को बेटा? He defined public goods as one which is enjoyed by everyone in common without any subtraction to the good. मतलब एक ऐसा गुड जो सब लोग enjoy कर पाए और एक के enjoy करने से दूसरे के लिए वो subtract ना हो. जैसे for example, we can talk about, let's say we can talk about a park. When I walk in a park, it does not reduce the park that is available for you. So the park is a public good. When I consume park, it does not reduce the park available for you. Clear हुआ? So Samuelson ने इसको कैसे define किया है? Any good which can be enjoyed by all, but it does not lead to subtraction of the good. ऐसे define किया है. ठीक है? अच्छा, एक और चीज है जिसमें जिसको वो पब्लिक गुड को प्राइवेट गुड से उन्होंने डिफर किया. He said private good is one where your consumption affects the other consumption. So if you have a pizza and if I consume one slice of the pizza, there will be one less for you. But if I consume one round of the park, के लिए भी वो one round available है. So they defined public goods as goods where इस चीज को हम एक नाम देंगे अभी बहुत जल्दी, बट अभी के लिए where it leads to no subtraction of the commodity. So let's write this down. Beta, topic number 1, please write it with me. What are public goods? So लिखो, a public good sometimes referred to collective good or social good was defined by Samuelson. So Samuelson defined this in 1954, right? How did he define it? As one which all enjoy. ऐसा good जो सब लोग enjoy कर पाए in common, in the sense that each individual consumption of the good leads to no subtraction. Beta, answer writing is very important. You should write with me. From any other individual's consumption of that good. क्लियर हुआ? तो पब्लिक गुड क्या है? जो everyone can enjoy, all can enjoy in common. मतलब जैसे पार्क, जैसे डिफेंस इंडिया का, आपके एंजॉय करने से आपको अगर प्रोटेक्शन मिल रही है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं दैट आई एम नॉट गेटिंग प्रोटेक्शन, आई एम ऑल्सो गेटिंग प्रोटेक्शन. सो ऑल एंजॉय इन कॉमन इन द सेंस दैट each individual's consumption of the good leads to no subtraction. जब आप यूज करो तो मेरे लिए subtract ना हो वो good from any other individual's consumption of that good. ठीक है जी, इसको हम public good बोलते हैं. Now, I can differentiate between a public and a private good. So we can go ahead and say that a public good differs from a private good. How? कैसे एक पब्लिक गुड प्राइवेट गुड से डिफर करता है? सो सैम्यूल्सन की लैंग्वेज में उन्होंने प्राइवेट गुड को कैसे डिफाइन किया था? विच कैन बी पार्सल्ड आउट टू और अमंग डिफरेंट इंडिविजुअल्स. एक समझो बात को, पार्सल्ड आउट इज द वर्ड दैट सैम्यूल्सन यूज्ड. Again, he used it same in his 1954. This is also given by Samuelson only. So beta, what did he say? He said, suppose I have a park. Can I send it to your home? Can I parcel it to your home? क्या मैं आप लोगों को बांटने के लिए सबको कोरियर करवा सकती हूँ? नहीं. But suppose I have 5 books with me. Can I parcel it at your home? Yes. Whoever demands the book, I will parcel those to your address, to your home address, right? So if you pay for the good, you can get it at your place also, right? I can distribute it among you people. But can I distribute a flyover and say ki, acha, part A of the flyover is for you, part B is for you? No, I can't do that. So when I talk about private good, the way he defined it is one which can be parceled out among different individuals, right? So now, just imagine. Suppose, now I have to write an equation here. Dhyan se samajhna. Suppose individual A consumes X amount of the private good. Jaise, let's say the private good I'm talking about is a bread. So individual A consumes 10 units of bread. Individual B consumes 5 units of the bread. So but 10 plus 5 will be 15. This will be X. So in case of private good, the equation that we have is that the total private good that we have in the economy is what is consumed by A plus B plus C plus D and so on. Agar har ek ki consumption ko I will add together, I will get the total private good in the economy. So let's write this down and then I will write this equation again. So write down that if X is a private good and XA is consumed by individual A and XB is consumed by individual B, then total amount of good X will be, so XT, matlab total amount will be what is consumed by A and what is consumed by B. This is how we can go ahead and define the private good. But now let's talk again about the public good. What have I said? What is a public good? Public good mane, suppose मैंने एक flyover बनाया. I built one flyover. Then that one flyover, it is available to you also. It is available to me also. It is available to everyone in our economy. So when I talk about the public good, I am saying that the same amount is available to all individuals in the economy. So how can I go ahead and say? I can say if, so we can say in case of private good, let's not private, sorry, in case of public good, but let's name this public good as G. What can we say? That the total amount of the good is what is consumed by A or B. So इस केस में what is consumed by A or what is consumed by B, दोनों का amount same ही होगा. I am also consuming 1 unit. You are also consuming the same 1 unit. So that 1 unit is what we have with us. जो आप consume कर रहे हो और मैं consume कर रही हूँ, वही same economy के पास भी available है. So how can I go ahead and say that the total amount of the public good is what is available with A and the same is available with B. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. बेटा कुछ examples लिख लेते हैं. When we talk about public good, इसके example हैं defense, इसका example है flyover, इसका example है school, स्कूल पार्शियल पब्लिक गुड है, एक पॉइंट के बाद एक के कंज्यूम करने से दूसरे को अफेक्ट होगा, बट डिफेंस, फ्लाईओवर्स, रोड्स, these are examples of public goods. Even flyover भी बेटा it's a partial public good. क्यों? क्योंकि एक पॉइंट के बाद when everybody is on the road, तो आपके फ्लाईओवर कंज्यूम करने से मेरा ट्रैवल टाइम बढ़ता है. It causes congestion in the economy, right? So when everybody is on the road, जैसे currently G20 is going on, right? They have said that go ahead and close some roads because they don't want congestion. They don't want people to be affected by each other, right? So this is important to understand that even flyovers, after some point of time, they are basically not private good. एक के use करने से दूसरे को फर्क पड़ेगा. Okay, बेटा? So please write down that, and जो एक ideal example होगा वो defense होगा. So an example of public good is national defense. Why is it that national defense? Because usage by one, in the sense that usage by one doesn't reduce availability for other. Right? Okay. Now what I want to go ahead and do is make some figures for you guys. So what we can go ahead and do is make the diagram one. Try to understand how we make this diagram. So let us think about this. पहले समझ लो एक बारी बेटा. Suppose this is my price. This is my quantity. This is I'm talking about private good first. This is the demand by individual A. Similarly, beta, I have this as my price and quantity, and this is demand by individual B. Okay, let me just make these smaller so that I can show the market demand. So ये क्या है ना, these are the demands by different individuals, right? Okay. So now what I have done is I've plotted the demand by individual A and I have plotted the demand by individual B. Now can you tell me what will be market demand? Yes, ma'am, we can. So if I fix the price at 10 and if individual A demands 2 units and at that price of 10, individual B is demanding 3 units, then this means that in the economy, total demand at this price of 10 will be 5 units. So in the economy, the demand will be 5 units. So what have I done? I have gone ahead and done something which is known as horizontal summation. What have I done? I have done what is called as horizontal summation. Iski individual A ki demand and B ki demand, I added that together to get the demand in the economy. Okay. So beta, just see. I can show all of this in one diagram. How? Suppose I tell you that this is the quantity demanded and I tell you that this is the price. Now I am telling you that this is the demand of individual A. And this downward sloping is the demand of individual B. What have I said? I have said to do horizontal summation. Horizontal summation हमने करना है और उससे हमारी market demand निकलेगी. What we will find out is called the market demand. तो बेटा, let's say that the price is this. Suppose this price is P1. But at price P1, quantity demanded is 0 by individual A and 0 by individual B. So quantity demanded in total will be 0. But let's say that the price is P2. At P2, individual A की demand तो अभी भी 0 ही है ना? He is not demanding anything. And individual B is demanding these many units. So at price P2, the total demand in the economy is demand by A plus demand by B A is demanding 0 units, B is demanding some units, let's say XB. So the total demand in the economy will be XB. But think about price P3. P3 may be the curve of A is just touching the y-axis. Matlab his demand is still 0 only. But the demand of B, beta, let's say it is this much. XB dash. So the total demand, which is QX, will be demand by A plus demand by B. A is demanding 0. B is demanding XB dash. So total demand will be XB dash. ध्यान से समझना है हमें कि बेटा प्राइस P3 तक till price P3 the demand P1 पे तो 0 ही थी, but P2 में the demand is only coming from individual B. P3 में भी demand is only coming from individual B. So total demand is demand by individual B because A तो exist ही नहीं कर रहा, A की demand तो 0 ही है. So beta, which means that my total demand curve will coincide with the demand curve of individual B. वो यहीं पे इसी के ऊपर आ जाए. It will coincide. Now think further. Let's take the price to be P4. At P4, individual A is demanding this much. इतना demand कर रहा है. And individual B is demanding this much. Individual B is demanding this much. So I have to add what is being demanded by A and what is being demanded by B. इन दोनों को add करना होगा. Then I will get the demand in the market. So मतलब जो B की demand है ना, in that I must add the demand of A to get the demand of the market. So the demand of the market totally will be this much. This much is demand of B at price, and in that I added the demand of how much A demanded. Same here, beta. Suppose I take the price to be P5. So this is the demand of B and this is the demand of A. So in the demand of B, I will add the demand of A to get the market demand. So what will happen in this case? If I just go ahead and I just remove this, what will happen here, beta, is that your demand curve will pivot like this. So your market demand curve, it is coinciding with the demand curve of B here, because yahan itne portion tak market demand is the demand of B. There is no demand of A. Demand of A is 0. देखो, demand of A is पूरे region में P3 तक 0 थी. And then below P3, because both A and B are demanding, तो B से बाहर निकल जाएगा मेरा market demand curve. So this will be the demand in the market, which will be nothing but market demand of A plus B. That will be added together. So beta, this is how we plot the market demand curve in the same diagram. कुछ नहीं किया, काम तो हमने same ही किया जो यहाँ पर था, but we have just tried to show this in one diagram. We have represented it in the one diagram. So this blue and purple curve that I have, this curve, this entire curve, I can call this as the market demand curve of the private good. Private good की market demand कितनी है वो हमने यहाँ define कर दी. अच्छा, now, beta, how do we find equilibrium in the market? So the equilibrium is determined where your demand will be equal to the marginal cost. So which means that I want the demand to be equal to the marginal cost. Demand curve जो होता है उसको देखो, demand curve ये है. Marginal cost curve is nothing but it is called the supply curve of the firm, na? So we want that the demand should be equal to the supply for me to go ahead and reach the equilibrium.